had to set the bar. Try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. Dalton bootlegs out. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles Tapper. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
51 the mic, boys, 51.
Dalton. They'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Play action here with Dalton. It's brought in by Dodson. Broncos on the move here a bit. Nice plays in succession back-to-back. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Riddick with a carry. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 5 now. Dalton out to the left. It's complete to Dodson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He finds Coleman. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And
he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
First contact at the 40-yard line. I don't think you got it, son.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a give coming right is Breida. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Dalton sets up play action. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check the back, check the back.
To throw, Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Leonard Floyd. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Throwing on 2nd down. Dalton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Let's go. Check 31, check 31.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Play fake. Here's Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14.
Hands up. Larry. 51 to Mike.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. This is caught. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll run with Lindsey. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Dalton on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Deshaun Hamilton as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Lets it fly for Treadwell. It got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell, 82 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
14, Vikings 11. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A huge play there for Denver. 61 yards. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. A pass there complete to Sutton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards the pickup, first down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They'll try to draw Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris.
2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. What's that?
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 30. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Escaping the pressure right. Completes it right side to Doxson. A gain there of 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they top 30. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. On 2nd down. It's Lindsey, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
That's what I do.
Dalton here from the gun. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Broncos push further out in front. So now after the touchdown, Dalton will lead them up to go for 2. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. And an alley to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check. Hey, we're good. Here we go. Bring the energy.
Cousins to throw it. He's going to go up top for the end zone. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They'll try to run with Breida. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now a toss going left. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a two-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more two-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Passing. It's Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Riddick. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Theo Riddick, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A first down throw for Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fuller. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. They run again with Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, McKinnon. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
47's the mic. 47. First. Wide. Check that.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the red zone now, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to... And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. On first down, right back to Lindsey. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsey with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, they're